Good afternoon. Welcome to another video. It is 101 degrees now, early to mid-July. Just wrapped up our 4-hour Front Range Academy. Don't worry, we keep the kids safe in this heat advisory, and I'm gonna go fish. I think the fish might be looking up. I think grasshopper, chubby, hopper, dropper could be the play. We're gonna head up the river canyon that's right up the road from here and catch some fish, I hope. Stay tuned, this ought to get fun. All right, guys, coming up on a tailwater that I fished quite a bit. Why would one do this? I don't know. The only answer I have is I love my students and I love to fish. So just wrapped up 4 hours of my Front Range Academy, and I'm heading out on the water, see if we can get a couple tailwater trout. So if you're not familiar with that term, what makes this a tailwater river is simply that there's a dam up above and a lake above that, as opposed to like a naturally flowing freestone stream. So that's what makes this a tailwater. And show you my rig here today. 9-foot 6 weight. And when you hear the term hopper dropper, I got a 5X leader. That simply means that we're gonna have this grasshopper on top, because it's a good time of year for grasshoppers in early to mid-July, and then drop in a 5X tippet below that, and we're just rocking just a general attractor pheasant tail, hare's ear type nymph, bead nymph below that. So we're gonna hope to get some rising fish today. That's the goal, is to actually get them maybe all on the top. So let's go fish, see what happens. So that'll be fun. Come on, fish. Fish on. Let's go. Look like a little brownie. Oh, beautiful start. And we observed something that I'm going to pass on to you guys. If you're new to this game, it's so incredibly important. So incredibly important. We got ourselves a tailwater trout here. And it's little, but we'll net them. Oh, it's so much fun. Let's go. Oh, come on, buddy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that. elk hair caddis in the mouth. Woohoo! As it's 101 degrees. You know, I'm only 20 minutes in, but we're going to be really easy with this one. And I'll show him to you, though. Got my hands wet. He's in the net. And that's a beautiful specimen right there. Look at that fish. Look at that tailwater brown trout in the spots. Wow. Wow. See, buddy. So this time of year, as far as, surface, you can have your, elk hair caddis, PMDs, all kinds of things. And this little elk hair caddis right here is what just got that fish. But what I observed today, I've only been here 20 minutes, but what I observed was a couple refusals for the grasshopper. So we took off the hopper dropper rig and just tied on this little elk hair caddis, and that was the second throw with it. So I don't even know what kind of grasshopper I have, just a nice big grasshopper. I don't think they refused it because, it didn't look like a meal. In a sense, I just think they were keying on some things smaller. But a lot took a look at it. 3 fish took a look at my hopper but didn't take it, and the nymph didn't get bit either, and we were determined to catch him on top today, so switched to something smaller and then an immediate take. So just being observant, just being observant of the bugs, of the weather, of the wind, of the conditions, all of that. Just be observant when you fish. And if I hadn't noticed the refusals, I wouldn't have known to put on something smaller and gotten bit right away. So let's go. Woohoo! All right, guys, tried 2 different spots and happy to pull the one brown out of the one spot on the surface with the elk hair caddis. If you go back about 10 videos or so, this spot right here with that water coming off the dam, I caught 2 really nice rainbows in about 30 minutes, but that was also spring of the year, and it's 100 degrees, maybe 101. So, but still, gotta try it. Gotta try it. Some big fish live in water that looks like this. some of this current is kind of swirling. Got to be careful with your mins, and definitely worth the throw. So happy. I'm still only in my first hour, but since I already coached today, I don't have a ton of time. So happy to have the one fish on a day like this. Would love to get 1 or 2 out of here, and then maybe hit the lake right above this and call it a day. And I suppose in these conditions, it's any fish is a good day. You know, we've already established no skunk, but would love to get a few more. But if you haven't seen it, go back about, oh, I don't know, 10 episodes to this spot right here. And boy, did it produce in a different time of year. That's much better for fishing than right now, but still worth a throw. Fish. Oh, let's go. Let's go. A decent one. Oh, I'm so happy with this fish. The conditions are brutal. You know, I fish when I can fish and when I'm able to fish, not necessarily the best conditions. And a cold water species like trout, 101 degrees in early to mid-July is not ideal, but I still got out. And we're gonna have our second fish landed, and it took the bead. And it looks like a gorgeous brown. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Perfect hook set, you can tell. And come on, buddy. Got some fight for a midsummer fish. He's got some fight. I think he's ready. Come on, buddy. Oh, let's go. A beautiful brown. And that is gorgeous. Oh, he choked it. Look at that rainbow warrior nymph in the bottom there. If you can see that. Bottom of the corner of the mouth with this guy. There we go. Tell you what I'm going to do. It's crazy for a high country Colorado river. You know, this water is not that cold. And a good rule of thumb is to revive the fish for about as long as you fought it, so he has the best chance at survival. And so that's what we're gonna do. Is it's crazy how warm this water is considering the elevation I'm at. So we're gonna let him swim around in the rubber mesh net and get his wits about him. And technically I could just lower this net and let him go, but I want to look at him one more time and show you guys a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous Colorado brown trout. Wow. Woo, baby. See ya, buddy. That's awesome. All right, so a brown on the surface on an elk hair caddis size 16, and a brown on the bottom on a size 16 rainbow warrior. Show you my rig now that I'm indicator fishing. Got the white Orvis indicator up top right here, and then you guys know me, you know what's next. My confidence fly, a olive mini leech, and then 5X tippet to the rainbow warrior right here. Let's go. One thing, when you guys are rocking, you know, a nymph rig, especially like a leech like this, a leech on top, which so many of us do, is like kind of that lead fly as an attractor. You know, mend your way down river, and then let it get to the end of the run, and go ahead and let it have some drag. Give it some drag at the end, and in essence, those flies are going to rise up, maybe create a lifelike movement to them, and then might as well strip it back. Strip it back to you. If you have a little bit of weight, it's still under the surface, and why give up on the throw? Might as well strip it back to you, and see what happens, and then, you know, get ready to throw again. So just something to consider. You know, I mean, don't give up on your throw until it's back to you, especially when you're rocking some kind of leech that almost simulates a streamer at that point. So something to consider. Okay, as you can see, we have moved to the flat water, and we're gonna see if we can get a few more out of the lake. This will be our last stop of the day. We'll head back down the canyon, but there's a nice chop on the water right now, maybe a little bit of current from the inlet. So I like our chances here. Again, it's so blazing hot. That's the main thing working against us. But I thought it would be a good idea to wrap our day up at the lake, because as it gets a little bit more towards evening, I thought the lake had a little better shot of turning on, especially if we had some wind like we have right now, and go ahead and fish the river in the moving water during the really hot part of the afternoon. So, and we'll take it. Two fish out of the river. That is not that bad in these kind of conditions, you know, to get one on the surface and then one below the surface, one about halfway up the canyon, and then the second one right there you guys saw at the spillway, literally below the dam. So not that bad. Let's see if we can get a couple more on. And that's a good sign. That's a good sign. We've been here 5 minutes. Decent fish. Stalker size, slightly above stalker. Probably gonna go multi-species too, because this is the lake where the rainbows outnumber the browns by about 25 to 1. Look at that. Okay. Feisty. And he's not gonna be that big, but he's feisty. Let's go. Let's go. He's got the Rainbow Warrior. That's becoming kind of a confidence nymph for me below the leech. It's a decent fish. All right, let's bring him in. Let's go. It's so awesome. Have this nymph get bit twice today before the leech. Go, buddy. All right, all right, all right. And he's got my little Rainbow Warrior right there. If you guys look really close, this guy's got a gash right there, and that is not a bird strike. There's some line. Can you see that? There's some line sticking out of him, but there was no getting that. His best chance is just to put him back. And this guy was obviously still feeding, but he's gonna really, he swam off. He's gonna have a tough go though. Oh, missed one. Darn it. Oh, when the bite's tough, you hate to miss them. That's the first missed fish of the day. First missed fish of the day. Darn it, darn it, darn it. All right, guys, I tell you what, if it was fall or spring, I'd kind of consider that sort of underwhelming, but I'll actually take it. I'll take it. Maybe the worst day to fish of the year for trout, 101 down in town and 90s up here at 7,500 feet. So I'll actually take that. Had 4 bites on the day that I know of and landed 3 of them. That's not bad either. So had the one rainbow come out of the lake, and then the 2 browns in the river. Always fun to get a brown below the spillway there in the tailwater, and then another brownie on the top, you know, about halfway up the canyon on the elk hair caddis. So fun to get a surface bite too thrown in. So actually really not that bad. Those 2 browns were absolutely gorgeous. You guys saw them. Good look at them. So absolutely beautiful fish. But, you know, kind of made the observation that they were chasing the hopper and looking at the hopper but not taking it. So made that change. The elk hair caddis immediately got one, then started going below the surface, and thought the lake, you know, getting towards evening might be my best shot to catch more than a couple fish. And you know, and that probably was the right call. Maybe I get 1 or 2 more if I stay on the river, but fun to get kind of 1 out of the lake that gave us the multi-species with the rainbow, and then 2 out of the river. So I didn't do that a single time in June. It's just too exhausting to coach all day and then go fish after that. But it was still worth it. It's a fun grind. I mean, it was still worth it. I might do it again this month. So like I say, I get out when I can, not when it's necessarily ideal conditions, because I would expect to do better in the dead of winter. This might be the worst day of the calendar year 2025 to fish in mid-July for trout, and we still got 3 in the net, so not too bad. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We traded the tennis racket for the fly rod, swapped out the Adidas clothes for the waders, and got into a few, and I'm back on the court tomorrow. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next video.